Welcome to another episode of the Peak Signing Agents podcast, where I'm helping you become the best notary and signing agent you can be. I'm your host, DVO, Derek Van Otten. Welcome back. I'm sure you can see the title of the episode, but I just want you to know, we're not only talking about warranty deeds and quitclaim deeds and what their definition is. I'm going to explain and talk about what they really are, when do we come across them, and when someone asks you a question like, hey, what do I do if I want to put this in my trust, or I want to change names, or what do I do then? So we're going to get into all of that on this episode. But first, let us talk about what are these deeds? What are warranty deeds and quitclaim deeds? The reason why I'm talking about it on this episode is because just this week I had two situations come up, and I thought, man, I should really do an episode about this, because I'm surprised some notaries don't even know what this is, or maybe they don't know when to look for it. I know it's a little vague. I'll tell the story in a moment, but let's talk about it. First of all, what is a quitclaim deed? A quitclaim deed is basically somebody saying, I'm not going to give you like the technical definition. I'm going to make it simplified. Quitclaim deed is somebody who wants to be removed from the deed or removed from the title. They don't want to have ownership of the home. They want to be removed from any responsibility of the home. Some examples might be a divorce. A married couple's getting divorced. They're refinancing. This is a very common situation, by the way. The person that's keeping the home is refinancing and doing a payout to the other spouse. And then the other spouse that is being removed, that will no longer have ownership of the house, is signing a quitclaim deed saying, the ownership is currently John and Jane Doe, but me, John, I'm relinquishing my ownership, and I'm doing a quitclaim deed to have ownership only to Jane. So me, John, I'm giving all rights to Jane to own the property. I am being removed from the title, from the deed, with the county records. I no longer have ownership of the home. That is a quitclaim deed. Maybe a mother co-signed for her son to buy a house, and now, you know what? He doesn't need her anymore on the title. He doesn't need her anymore to be a co-borrower. So they're doing a quitclaim deed to remove the mom. These are just some examples. Basically, someone's taking away their ownership. They don't want to be an owner of the home anymore. A warranty deed is changing ownership. The difference being a quitclaim deed, someone is being removed from the title. They're saying, I do not want to be on title anymore. And a warranty deed is saying, hey, we're changing ownership of title. Most common example is during a seller packet. There should always be some type of warranty deed where they are changing ownership. And these always need to be notarized, by the way. Anything to do with deed of trust, being recorded with the county, being recorded with title, these are all going to be notarized. These are where we step in. A warranty deed is a change of ownership. So a seller transferring ownership to the buyer. A married couple is changing ownership into their trust or into their business. Or maybe a son is buying a house, a son is refinancing their house, and they don't qualify to be on their own. Their parents are co-signing, so now they're putting the ownership with the parents as well. I mean, me, if I'm co-signing for, let's say, my daughter, if I'm co-signing for my daughter, I'm going to be on title for sure. I'm going to take ownership, because if she doesn't pay, I'm going to just say, okay, well, it's my house now, because you're not making payments. So anyway, that's a warranty deed. That's a quitclaim deed. Let me get into some stories that came up this week where I can give you examples of questions that might come up during the signing, and how do you handle it? How do you take care of it? So I had a signing taking place in, I want to say Kansas. I had a signing taking place in Kansas, and the notary called me up and said, hey, question, the husband is on the loan, but the wife also wanted to be on title. And I said, okay, so I had to work this out. So again, if you're a signing service, or if you want to be a really peak signing agent, you want to know all these things. My first question is, Now, I'm asking these questions as a signing service owner, but you should be asking yourself this as a signing agent, as a Peak signing agent. Okay, first thing I ask is, was title aware of this? So, again, the borrowers are looking with the notary and they're saying, oh, I, the wife, also want to be on title. We also want to be on title. So my first question was title made aware? Did you tell the title company that you wanted to be on title? That's question number one. And that makes them start thinking like, oh, did we tell them? Is this our bad? Or did we tell our agent and our agent failed to tell the title company? That will be my second story, all right? So my first question was title made aware of this? Are you just telling me right now for the very first time that that's what you would like to do? Or at some point, did you let someone know and somewhere the ball was dropped? Because then we'll take actions from there. So that was my first question. And to the notary, and I believe they had me on speaker because I could hear the borrowers and they were like, "Oh, I don't remember." Okay, well then that's your fault, right? Then my second question was, what does the deed of trust say? Because I was actually not sitting in front of my computer at the time. I was actually at a store training my new scheduler. And I pulled up my phone. That's one great thing. If you remember last episode, I talked about Google Workspace. That's one thing about Google Workspace that's really great. I can pull up my phone, go right to the Google Drive where I save the documents, and I can go to May and I can look for their names. I just looked at my calendar. Again, Google Workspace, Google Calendar. I'm looking at my calendar. What's the name of the borrowers? All right, let me go to the Google Drive. Let me go find the document. Found it. Just did a quick search. Found the deed of trust real fast. Just scrolling through on my phone in the store. Got my headphones in so I can see the phone and hear them talking. Found it. Deed of trust, only in the husband's name. So my first question was, did you tell title? Second question, what does the deed of trust say? Let me see what it says. Depends where you live, but deed of trust or mortgage, same thing. And then once I found it, my third question was, is there a warranty deed? Is there a warranty? And the notary just seemed clueless, like the deed of trust. What does the deed of trust say? The warranty deed. What warranty deed? And I'm just scrolling through with my finger, and I found it. It was actually the deed of trust. And then there was a PUD writer, and then there was a warranty deed. So I said, okay, you're at the deed of trust, right? And she said, yeah. I said, all right, that's where we see just the husband's name. Then after that's the writer. The writer is the PUD writer, PUD, Plan Unit Development Writer. Okay, and then I said the page after that is the warranty deed, where the warranty is stating me, the husband, and putting title in me and wife's name. Right? Me, John Doe. I'm putting title in John and Jane Doe's name. And I go, there you go. After it's recorded, the title will be recorded in your name, John Doe. And then after it's recorded, and during the time of recording, it will now be also recorded in John and Jane Doe's name. That is what the warranty deed is for. And I said, oh, okay, great. Thank you for letting us know. Case closed. But what if there wasn't a warranty deed? What should you do? That leads me to my next story. My next story is I did a signing the very next day, me personally. And we're doing the signing, and we get to the deed of trust. And they say, wait a minute, this should be in our trust name. And I said, oh, interesting. First question, was title made aware of it? And they said, we don't know. We told our agent, though. So, yes, they made someone aware of it. So that's no longer on the borrower's hands. That's actually in their real estate agent's hands, who they're paying, by the way, and who hired the title company, by the way. So they said, we let our agent know. I said, okay, well, whoops, yeah. I said, let me look if there's a warranty deed. Now, normally I get documents ahead of time and I'm able to look through them. This didn't happen. This was taking place at the title company. So my title company that hired me, they have multiple offices. They just sent documents to be printed at the office that I was at. It wasn't their office. It wasn't my client's office. It was at one of their other offices. So I didn't get time to look. I got there, grabbed the documents. This was a last minute signing, by the way. Like, hey, can you go do this like now? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I was just, all right, yeah, I guess. I don't like when I get asked to do things right away, but okay, for you, yes, I will. And when I get there, grab the documents, borrowers show up. So I don't know what's in the document. I haven't looked at the documents at all. So I have to flip through the document, 120 pages. I'm flipping through, seeing is there a warranty deed showing that. And there was not. So real quick, what do? This is what I think you should do. This is my opinion again. I'm not saying what I'm saying is right or wrong. I'm just saying this is what I do. This is what I did when I was just a signing agent. Now again, this was my client. I could easily just text with my escrow officer, my escrow assistant, easily. Right? These are my clients. I could just text them. But what if I was getting a job from a signing service? I'll tell you what I did. This happens. This happens. It's not the first time this has happened to me. It is not the 10th time this has happened to me. It is not, I don't think it's the 20th time this has happened to me. This has happened multiple times during my career, but not hundreds of times. But I've done thousands of closings, and this has happened probably less than 20 times. And where, yeah, they're like, hey, we wanted this in our trust. Now, sometimes they're like, oh, no, oops, we did not tell somebody. Or they said, yeah, we did tell somebody. So this is what I did. A couple of things you can do here. You can say, let's call your agent up. You told your agent you wanted this in your trust. They did not relay the message. Or maybe they did and they forgot to tell title. Or maybe they told title and title forgot about it. I texted my client. They didn't seem that they were aware of this. So I would say, let's go up the chain of command. Let's follow steps. Let's call your agent real quick. You could either, depending on what you feel comfortable with. Now again, you, the signing agent, you, the notary, are probably not going to be making this phone call. You're asking the borrowers to make this phone call. But you're saying, let's call your agent. Let's call your agent really fast. Because your agent might be like, oh, yeah, oops, sorry. They'll call title. Or you'll call their agent and like, I did tell title. And then the agent will call title. And then they'll take it from there. And we just do some follow-up. So what I would do is have them call their agent or have them call the title company. And just say, we would like this in our trust, or we would like to add the spouse to the title, whatever it is, whatever their question is. I would call either their real estate agent or have them call the title company directly. You are not calling. You're having them call. Now, if this is your client, this is one of your directs, then you call. Then you call your client and ask them. And just, hey, were you aware? Did you know that they wanted to? Like, that's what I would ask. That's what I would ask. If you have the borrowers call their agent, just, hey, we told you we wanted this to happen. Did you pass that information on? They're like, oh, whoops, sorry, I forgot. Or they might just not admit to it and say, oh, I told them, I'll call them right now. And they'll get it straightened away. That's when having a mobile office is handy, by the way, which I'm recording in right now is my mobile office. It does make it more handy if they need to send you a quick warranty deed or an update to the deed of trust or mortgage. That's very handy to print out pages real quick on the fly, or maybe they've got a printer at home. You can't print a whole package on an inkjet printer. It's going to be too wet. But if you're just printing a couple pages for a change, that's not going to be a problem. If they have an inkjet printer at home, that's not a problem. But anyway, yeah, that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to have to call and find out. Now, what are the steps? Sometimes I tell people this. Because sometimes they'll ask me this. They'll say, hey, just me. It's just me. I'm the husband. It's just me, the husband, on the loan and on the title. But let's just say in the future, I do want to add my wife. What would I do? What would be the next steps? It's good to know this answer as well. I'll just say, well, what you're going to do is you're going to call the title company back up. And, you printed them copies. So here's a copy. And on the settlement statement, that's your title company. That's their address. That's their phone number. That's your file number. That's what you're going to reference when you call. And I would even put a star next to their file number. And I might even circle the phone number. Because sometimes the phone number and the fax number are there. And who knows, you don't want them calling the fax number. I don't know why people still have fax numbers anyway. Anyway, circle, you're going to circle the phone number, put a star. That's what I do next to the file number. Say, hey, call the title company when you're ready. Reference this file number. They'll pull up your file and they can do it for you. This is usually the process. Usually the process is you call them, you tell them what you want to do over the phone, you give them the name exactly how you want it on the title. They'll ask you how you want it vested. But basically, the best thing is you go into the title company. You just make an appointment to go in. They'll make the change. They'll print the page. You sign it there. They'll ask you all the details. What's the name of exactly how you want the title? How do you want it vested? You'll pay them to do a recording fee. Excuse me. Some title companies don't even charge to do this. They just charge whatever the county would charge to re-record it. And I don't know. Every state's different. I just say in my state when I'm doing this is what I say. All right, this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to call title, make an appointment to go in and make the change. Let them know you want to make the change. Go into the title company. They'll print out the new warranty deed, how it's going to be vested. You'll tell them that. You'll pay them. It's going to be under $50 because that's just the county fees in my area. It's $40, $45, $50. It's around that. I just say it's probably going to be under $50. You'll pay the title company. They're going to record it. You'll sign it there. They'll notarize it at the title company. Done. That's how you do it. And they're like, oh, but we're in a different state. All right, just call the title company. Tell them. They'll probably send you the forms. You have to print it out. Probably go to your bank or credit union or call a mobile notary. Have them come over and notarize it for you. Sign it and notarize it for you. And then you'll probably just return it. You might have to, they might have to pay for shipping. They might have to pay for FedEx, UPS, or mail postage to mail it back to the title company, ship it back to the title company. They probably want the originals. But tell them that's probably going to be the process. That's probably going to be the process. Call the title company. They'll walk you through it. Just tell them the name you want on it. Now, if you're at the table, you're at the table and you're signing right there, and they're like, "We want to do that." You call them up. Call the title company. Hey, they just said they want to add the spouse to the title. What's the steps? Sometimes, every case is different. I've had these both scenarios come up where they just say they want to add the spouse. Okay, great. We can do that right now since we're doing all the recording. Just really quick, can you print this warranty deed? We'll draft it up and we'll email it to you. Can you print it out and have them do it? Yes, I can do that for you. Or that's one option. Well, they can do it right now. Or the second option is, okay, we can get this together. Do you have a way to print this? They're going to have to pay. It's going to be $40, $45, $50, whatever the county fee is. And then they make them pay for it. And they just have to come in and send us a payment, or they have to send us a payment. We'll contact them. So that's usually the situation. Okay? But this does happen. I'm bringing this up because it does happen where they want to make changes. They want to add somebody. They want to change the entity from them personally to an entity of a trust or an LLC, something like that. This does happen. This is what I do. All right? I'm just telling you what I do. And everyone seems happy. No one has been frustrated with me. They're very happy that I let them know that this is the situation. They want to change the title. They want to change how it's vested. What are the steps for them? What do they need? What do the borrowers need to do? And then they get their answers. Okay? It's usually going to be call their agent or call the title company and give them the file number. I mean, if you call their agent, they should know who they are. They're working with them. If you call title, give them the file number, and they'll walk through the steps. They'll explain the steps. I put them on speaker. Hi, escrow officer. This is Derek, your notary. I'm here with the John and Jane Doe. They have a question on how they have the title vested. I have you on speaker. Can we ask you that question? Sure. Here's the file number if you need it. Here's their question. And me as the notary, I ask the question because a lot of times the borrowers don't know how to really phrase it, or they're not really sure how to ask the question properly. We, as peak signing agents, know the lingo to talk to the escrow officer, and that's what we're saying. Hey, I'm with the Does. Just John is on title, but he would also like to add Jane. Now, make sure you go through the package. Make sure there's not a warranty deed in there where they say, yeah, we know that. That's why there's a warranty deed. Didn't you see that warranty deed? Ugh, you look like you don't know what you're doing. Right, hopefully you get documents in a timely manner where you can go through them and have an idea of what's in the package already. But I would actually even go through it, make sure it's there before you even make the phone call. But anyway, when you do that and they say, oh yeah, we can do that, here are the steps. Hey, are you able to print this out? Does anyone have a printer to print out this, these 2 pages of a warranty deed? 1 or 2 pages of a warranty deed? Does anybody have that? We can draft that up right now. Or, hey, we can do that for you. It's going to cost this much. We'll collect payment a little later. Anyway, they'll walk through the steps. Okay. So if the borrowers never let anyone know about it, just call the title company. If they did let somebody know, who did you let know? Let's call them right now. Good news, me and my signing agent friends are going to be doing one-on-one notary coaching with you. That's right. We're going to rotate. One of us coaches every week will be on a Zoom call. We're going to answer all of your questions. Then throughout the week, you can send us messages. We'll respond and answer all your questions that you might have. And at the end of the week, a new coach will come on and give you coaching. This is going to be revolutionary. If you're interested, go to the show notes and click on my one-on-one notary coaching link, and I'll see you there. Okay. I hope that helps, gives you an understanding of what a quit claim deed and warranty deed is. Really quick recap. A quit claim deed, someone is being removed from title. They have no longer any interest in title. Warranty deed is a change of ownership. Change of ownership. So seller to buyer, buyer to a trust or LLC, adding someone else to the title. These are just examples of potential changes. All right, hope that helps you remain being a peak signing agent, because you are, because what we do is important. You are important, not only in business, but in life. You are important. And if no one has told you that recently, I want to tell you that myself. You're important. You matter. Keep being the awesome person and notary that you are. And guess what? I'll talk to you on the next episode. See you then. Bye.